In this session, I'm going to take you through a stretch and relaxation sequence that you can do on your balance wedge. You don't need anything apart from your mat and your wedge for this one. And hopefully at the end of the session, you're going to feel like your back and your shoulders have had a really nice stretch out and they're feeling nice and loose and mobile and like you're standing taller. So we're going to start off by taking a lie down onto our wedge. So we're going to have it so our tailbone is just at the bottom of the wedge, and we can lower ourselves down using our hands, or you can use your core here to roll yourself down onto the wedge, however you prefer. So we're lying all the way down, resting our head back. Hands are going to come to our sides. And just taking a lie on the wedge, getting ourselves comfortable. So knees are bent, feet on the floor. Feet and knees are about hip width apart here. Once we're comfortable on our wedge, we're going to just take some nice big deep breaths. So working on our lateral breathing. So we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as we're inhaling and exhaling, try and think about letting that rib cage expand up and outwards, and your belly's rising as well as you're inhaling. And then as you exhale, that rib cage is softening and our belly is falling. So inhaling, rib cage expands and belly rises. And then as we exhale, rib cage softens and our belly falls. So really think about taking those nice big deep breaths, and you might feel that your lower back is starting to get a bit of mobilization through it as we take these deep breaths, lying on our wedge here. And let's do one more nice big deep breath. And then when you get to the end of your exhale, we're going to start going into a bit of pelvic tilting. So we're going to keep that tailbone down in contact with the floor or with the wedge. And then we're going to start tipping and tilting forwards and backwards. Just letting that lower back flatten down into the wedge and letting it gently arch away. Flattening it down, letting it gently arch away. So just mobilizing gently through that lower part of our back. Nice steady breathing as we're tilting here. Lovely. Then we're going to increase that range of movement and we're going to take ourselves up into a bridge. So we're going to tilt back through our pelvis, going to squeeze our glutes, our bum muscles, lift that tailbone from the floor, and then we're peeling up one vertebra at a time, up off the wedge as we peel up nice and slowly, that nice smooth segmental movement. Taking our hips as high as you feel is comfortable, and then you're going to slowly roll back down, letting one vertebra make contact with the wedge at a time as you peel down nice and smoothly. Breath in at the bottom, breathe out as you tilt, squeeze and roll up. Breathe in and hold at the top. And then breathing out as you peel back down nice and smoothly, one vertebra at a time. So go for that nice smooth segmental movement. Breath in at the bottom, breathe out as you roll up. Breathe in and hold. And then breathe out as you roll back down. You can stick with this one, or if you want a slightly stronger stretch through your upper back, we can try rolling up on our exhale. And when we get to the top, pausing there, inhale, reach those arms up and over our head. Exhale as you peel down through your spine, nice and smoothly, one vertebra at a time. Once that tailbone comes back to your mat, back to your wedge, then you're going to bring your hands back over. So we're going to roll up on our exhale. Inhale as you reach those arms up and over. Exhale as you peel down. And then inhale as you bring those arms back down to your sides. Exhale as you peel up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, peel down. And then inhale, bring those arms back over. Let's go for 3 more bridges, really focusing on that smooth segmental movement. Really trying to get that nice big reach over our head to really open out through that back that little bit more. Last 2. And then let's go for 1 more here. Once you've done that last one, bringing those arms back down to your sides, just take a nice big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to float our hands up to the ceiling. So we're going to have our palms facing in towards each other here, straight elbows, our back's in a neutral, comfortable position. And we're going to try some scapular setting. So we're just going to think about moving from our shoulder blades for this one. We're going to stretch and reach those fingertips up to the ceiling. And then we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades back and down around our wedge. We're going to breathe in as you stretch and reach up. And then we're going to exhale as you squeeze around that wedge. Inhale as you stretch up. Exhale as you squeeze around the wedge. So really try and think about squeezing those shoulder blades around the wedge, squeezing onto it with those shoulder blades as we draw them back and together. Our elbows are staying straight as we're moving through this one. It's just a really small movement through those shoulder blades as we reach away and then draw back down. We're not moving our elbows on this one, literally just moving around our shoulder blades as we come up and then squeeze down. Let's go for 2 more here. Last 2. And last 1. When you've done that last one, we're going to turn our palms so they face away from us. And then we're going to go into our chest press movement. So we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back and together, bending our elbows this time, trying to get our elbows down to touch the floor or as close to the floor as we can get them. And then we're going to push back up from here. So we're going to breathe in as you draw those elbows down, breathe out as you push up. Breathe in as you draw those elbows down, squeezing around that wedge again, and breathe out as you push back up. When we draw those elbows down, try not to be tempted to bring them down to your sides as well. We're going to try and keep them out, if you can, as level with your shoulders as you can. So straight out to the side as you're coming up and down. So we're really working on opening through that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades back and together, working those postural muscles around our shoulder blades, trying to open out through the upper back. Then we're going to change our movement very slightly. So we're going to try squeezing back and down as we were before, as far as you can go. Then we're going to rotate our hands back as far as they can go. Bring our fingertips back up to the ceiling and then stretching back up. So squeeze back and down, rotate those hands back. Rotate back up to the ceiling, push back up to the ceiling. Flex, rotate, back up, push up. Flex, rotate, fingertips back up, push up to the ceiling. That's it. Breathing in as we squeeze and rotate. Breathe out as you take those fingertips up and push back up. Breathing in as you squeeze down. Breathe out as you push back up. And last 2 here. Last one. Lovely, well done. Bring those arms down to your sides. Just do a few shoulder rolls. Relax those shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale this time, we're going to take our hands and we're just going to take our fingertips behind our ears. So fingertips come behind our ears. And then from here, we're just going to try and bring those elbows as close together as we can. Touch them together if you can here. And then we're going to open our elbows out as wide as we can. Again, think about squeezing those shoulder blades around the wedge. Draw those elbows together and then taking those elbows out wide, squeezing those shoulder blades around the wedge. We're going to breathe out as we close and breathe in as we stretch and open through there. Breathe out as we close. Breathe in as you stretch and open out. Lovely, well done. Keep it nice and smooth. Keep timing that movement with your breathing as you're opening and closing with those elbows. And let's go for 3 more of these. Keep it nice and smooth. And last one. Really nice. From here, we're going to stretch those hands up to the ceiling. We're going to keep our palms facing in towards each other, and we're going to try some double arm overhead reaches. So we're just going to take our arms and reach them back over our head, and then we're going to bring our fingertips back up to the ceiling. You can think about a bit of core engagement on this one, so gently drawing into that core, exhaling as we reach back, And then inhale as we take our hands back up to the ceiling. Exhale on the way back. And then inhale as we come back up to the ceiling. Lovely, well done. Then we're going to add in a sniff and a pause at the end of the movement. So we're going to reach back, exhale as we reach back, and then we're going to do a sniff in. And as you sniff, I want you to try and think about lengthening and reaching those fingertips away. And then we're going to bring our hands back up. So we're going to exhale, sniff and reach, and then bring those hands back up. Exhale, sniff and reach, and then come back up. Exhale, sniff and reach, and then come back up. So we're just thinking about trying to lengthen and stretch those shoulders, reach those fingertips just that little bit further away in that overhead position, just to help to stretch and lengthen through that spine, stretch those postural muscles around our spine that tends to get really tight and a bit sore. Give a nice stretch and a bit of a massage through on that wedge as we add in that extra reach. We'll go for 3 more. When you've done those last 3, you can relax those arms down from there. Right. And then from here, we're just going to take ourselves into a full body stretch and see how that feels on our backs now. So we're going to straighten both our legs away, and we're going to take our arms and stretch and reach our arms up and over our head. We're going to point our toes away, stretch and reach those fingertips away as far as they can go. Just holding it here for a few deep breaths. And on each inhale, you can think about just trying to stretch that a little bit further each time you breathe in. That's it, just holding it here for a few deep breaths. Lengthening through our spine, lengthening all the way through our body. Go for 1 more deep breath. And then as you exhale, bring our hands back over. And then bending our knees. Then we're going to bring our feet all the way together. We're going to take our arms into a cactus position. So we're going to bring our arms up, bend our elbows, relax those hands back as far as you feel is comfortable for you. Keeping those feet together, we're going to open our knees out wide. So we're into our reclined butterfly position here. And then we're just going to hold this stretch. Okay, so we're just into this position. And we're going to go through a bit of breathing, a bit of relaxation as we open out through our body and hold this lovely reclined stretch position. So you're going to close your eyes and seal your mouth here. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. If you find this position does get too much at any point, you can always just bring your arms back down to your sides. We can bring those knees back up. So our knees are bent with our feet on the floor. So nice and slowly breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. Just think about slowing your breathing down, making it slow, smooth, and relaxed. Think about inhaling relaxation and exhaling tension. Think about taking those deep lateral breaths so your ribcage expands up and outwards each time you inhale. Letting your belly rise at the same time. And each time you exhale, letting all of the air leave your lungs, feeling that ribcage soften and your belly fall. Then let's see if we can slow our breathing down just a little bit more. I'll count you through your next few breath cycles to help you do this. We're going to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. So let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just try a few more deep breaths, keeping that counting going in your head as you inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. When you get to the end of your next exhale, just slowly bring those arms back down to your sides if you haven't already. Then you're going to bring your knees back together and you're going to slowly blink your eyes open. Then from here, when you feel ready, we're going to slowly take ourselves up off of our wedge. So you can use your arms to push you up, or you can try and use that core as you peel yourself up, whichever way feels best for you. We're going to pop our wedge just to the side and just check in with our backs after doing all that lovely stretching out on our wedge. So again, you can use your hands to lower you back, or use your core as you roll yourself back down from here. And then once you're lying back down onto your back, let's just bring those knees into our chest, hugging our knees in. Just think about how your back feels along the mat as you hug those knees in. You can give your knees a gentle rock side to side or roll them round in a circle as well, just to think about how your back feels as you rock those knees around. And then slowly taking your legs down. And we'll just go for a full body stretch. Again, just think about how your back feels as you stretch out here. So legs are out straight, reach those arms up and over your head. So point those toes away, stretch and reach your fingertips away. Think about how your back feels as you come into that full body stretch. Do you feel taller? Does your spine feel longer? Does it feel like it's more mobile, like maybe more vertebrae are in contact with the mat? Take a nice big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, relaxing those hands and feet, bringing your arms down to your sides, slowly bending your knees, and then take your time turning onto your side, and then taking a slow sit up from there. Come and take a sit around from there when you feel ready to, and then you're all done. So hopefully that felt like a really nice stretch and relaxation session, incorporating your balance wedge, and hopefully your back feels really nice from doing it, and it's reversed any tightness that you've had from maybe sitting throughout your day. I hope you enjoyed the session.